Hi, I am an auditor that goes out in the field all the time, so this is the tried and true stuff I've used to load up because we have to carry our office on in a backpack. So I went through 4 backpacks and I finally found this one. It's called a Everki, Everki, and it's huge and it has a lot of compartments. I like that it's orange inside so I can actually see my stuff. I have vision issues and I'm hearing impaired. So I wear hearing aids, have since I was 40. It has all kind of pockets to stick stuff in, like that. It's got this front pouch, which I use. And then I love this is the felt line. This is my mouse pad, because sometimes when I go places, it won't move on the table that I'm on for some reason. And then I love this because this is like my little private purse. So I'm going to show you what I do to load up this bag. So I take my portable keyboard and I stick it in here. This is a portable monitor. They work great. It's Asus, but that way you have a second monitor, and it's really portable, and it comes in this nice carry case. And for this, I have this stand. They have them on Amazon. I bought it, I think, for $8 or $9. I'll link all this stuff below, and if you want to look at it yourself, and if you can obviously find it cheaper, buy it cheaper. That edge tool is pretty cool with Honey because it'll tell you like the cheapest or what the prices are. But anyway, it holds my monitor up really well. Instead of like this thing here is a monitor holder, but I'm not mechanically inclined and I'm never able to get it to work. So that goes in here too because it does need to be protected. And I have a 17-inch Dell laptop because you need the big monitor when you're doing accounting. So that's what goes in here. Then I zip that shut. And then let's move this here for you. This, then all my wires and cables. So my Dell charger, I've lost 3 of these at taxpayers. I've actually had to run out, unfortunately, and spend a fortune at Office Depot to pick up one in the middle of an audit. But on Amazon, they have them cheap, and they work, because I've actually bought 2 like that before. I got this, it's called Line on We, and I like it because it has 3 USBs, and then it has the USB 2s. It has, your C for the PD data is what they call it, but it's a C charger type. Then it has 2 HDMIs. This one I like because it does work. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's called, but everybody knows it looks like the old telephone wire system. But this one is one of those data ones. It has that little weird cutout, and like my monitors at work have these. So when I go to the office the one day a month, I can hook up to that. So that goes in here, so obviously this is plugged into my laptop when I'm at the scene, and I plug in my my external monitor, and then that goes into my computer. Then I carry this one because that one doesn't have the VGA. Every once in a while they'll have a monitor there that has VGA, and if it does, and they allow me to do it, I can use it. But also at my work, one of my monitors has VGA. So then it also has a C charger and USB and a HDMI. But really, I'm only carrying it for the VGA. I mean, it'll work for the other stuff too. So I might use that one, but I like the other one because it has more hookups. So that goes in here too. Then I always carry 2 of these, one for USB and one for C, because if you work in the field, power is everything. This is the hookup for my monitor. Sorry, I guess I ought to take that off. That's that portable monitor. It has this weird connection, so that I have to take. I always take one of these, a little C charger converter for USB. You can buy these like a pack on Amazon for nothing. And then these, and I will link them, but they're all on there. Eventually, we're not going to have to use all this nonsense because they say they're going to the C charger for everything. But these have, you know, a couple of different ones for data, ones for charging on the normal iPhone charger from before, then a regular, like the small one, and then it has the C charger. But anyway, and then it plugs in with a USB. These are like $6, and I think you can even get them like 3 of these in a pack for like $10 on Amazon. Then I carry, you know, for phone calls and Teams meetings when I'm in the field, I have to take my hearing aids out, but I just use these, and it has a microphone. This is not expensive. Then what I do is you can buy these doggles. This is called a doggle, if somebody doesn't know, because you got to know what it is so you can look it up. It's a doggle, and it plugs into any headphone. And then this one is for my work phone, which is still got the old charging. This one, this doggle is for my my own personal iPhone with a C charger. So I carry that because, like I said, I'm a little hearing impaired, and I definitely, on my phone at work, if I have to answer my cell phone, I need to be able to hear better than, I know I have hearing aids and they do adapt to it. So if it hooks up, that's great. But just in case, I have this as my backup, but I have to have it for my Teams. That actually goes right here because I use it continuously. So that's that's for this. Then I always have an extension cord because, you know, everything's power, and they put you in a conference room sometimes that you're pretty far from a plug. But I also carry a 50-foot one in my car. I never had to use it so far, but it's been close. It's because they've actually had one and let me use it. But anyway, so this stuff goes, it has these nice little pouches right here where I slide them in. And this just goes like that. Like I said, I am hearing impaired. So in our office, we have white noise, and you can't wear hearing aids in a building that has white noise because your hearing aids are digital and they just pick that up. So I have this device. It's called a pocket talker, and they use them like in emergency rooms and stuff. Oh, it's on. It takes forever for the battery to run out. But anyway, it only works with this plug. I've tried it with other plugs like this, and it does not work, and I don't know why. But anyway, so you just turn it on, you adjust the frequency, and you set that. You can plug it on yet, but it's going to pick up any rustling. And when I have to go in for training at my office, I will wear these if the speaker is not a loud speaker. And then I always sit in the front row. They always have me a front row seat because of my hearing. And so I set that on the front row, wear these headphones, and I can totally hear everything everybody's saying. I can even hear the commenters in the back talking. So that's wonderful. And it's a really easy adapter for people that are hard of hearing. I know people wear them. They use them in the emergency rooms for, if somebody comes in. And I've heard they use it in church too for people. So I just carry it like this, and I just keep it all the time in here. And then this has a headphone holder, which I'll put in later. Then, I don't know if you guys are, but I'm not gonna use my keyboard on my laptop. So I carry 2 mouses because I am scared that one of them's gonna break. So I carry my 2 mouses right here in this nice little zipper for that, so they're easy to get to real quick. I have to diagram buildings to get square footage to determine some taxability issues, and so best way to do it right here. Hang on a second, I'm going to show you something else. If I'm going to a factory or a industrial processor, I carry, it's not required, but I carry this. And because you can always get them to do some measurements too if you're out in the field, but I carry this. And you can just do laser measure a quick room. I don't use all the functionalities like somebody that's in the field of contractors. This one, I got it, I watched for it till it came on sale as a clearance for like 119 bucks, but they're usually quite a bit more expensive than that because this is the 400 foot one. And if 400 foot one, so some of those warehouses are pretty long. You just have to be careful and make sure. And if I only carry this if I know I'm going to go to an industrial processor, and then it can stick right there. But it's you know, it's just more weight. I don't carry unless I need it. This thing will go in here. So, a couple of house cleaning stuff. I carry a set of earbuds so I don't have to use theirs. They'll give it to you when you go to these factories, but I just carry my own. And that goes right here. I have a set of business cards that goes right here because I want this stuff easy to get to. Let me get it right here. There we go. If I have to take my hearing aids off during the day to do a meeting, I carry this little thing. I've got them in there right now. And a couple extra batteries. I put them here. And then I have to carry this because it gets really dry in there. Then I usually have this stuff here. These are my reading glasses that are set for the computer screen because I wear trifocals. So I have a mid-range vision, but it's small, like in the middle. And it's not something you'd want to do all day, but it, you know, if I'm just looking at a computer for a few minutes, it's fine. But these are actually my computer. They're set up for computer. They got my bifocal and they got the computer distance reading, and they're great. I would never be without them. Then I have a couple of lens wipes, a couple of touch screens, because my monitor gets pretty dirty. And I just stick them in here. I have some sanitizer, which I stick in here. And then I always carry some breath mints. Now, this is some of the stuff I like to carry in my bag. Maybe I should get a fancier one, but this here has like pockets for your stuff. Well, when you're doing diagrams and stuff like that, you like to highlight areas of special interest. So I just stick all this stuff in here. So I have a couple of colors if I need them. Probably more than I need to carry. I'm always an overpacker. I also carry this because sometimes when you're doing invoices, they're all stapled together. And you can always ask for a stapler, but they don't have these. And I've torn enough nails at them that I'm like, I carry one now. They're like a couple of bucks on Amazon. They work on the big ones too. Then I have my pens and pencils. I love these little things. These Papermate sharp writers, I really like them. I don't think they're everybody's forte, but I do. I like them. And then I always carry one pencil with a good eraser. And I also always have gel pens. These are 207s. And these were just they're called Uniball Signo. But the reason why I get these pink, because I used to work in an all-male field, and my pens always went missing, but when I finally started buying pink pens, all of a sudden they never disappeared. They always ended up back on your desk. And the other thing is, I like colorful stuff, not because I need drama or I need to look like, you know, hey, watch me. But when you have vision issues, black, you can't see things. Like black on black is a problem. Looking into your bag and stuff like that. But so if you get colored stuff like this, like obviously I can see it. That's why I have a white case, you know. That's why that's blue. I pick out white stuff if possible. So I just stick those in there because I use them continuously. This here is, you always have to have some staples, some clips, and extra. I always carry sticky notes because I got to put notes on people's stuff and put flags on them. Then I always carry a pad, and this is for different audits I would use. The notes that you keep. Hang on a second. And I carry, if I'm going to an industrial processor and I'm doing a factory tour, I carry one of these because you got to keep notes, and you usually put the diagram here and you're like highlighting with the highlighter, but then you're taking notes too underneath it. So I would put that in there with my, I can put it here too. And then I have one more thing I carry. Sorry, I had tore apart my bag. And then I always carry a Ziploc of batteries, which that all fits right here. I mean, obviously you can put other things in there. Let me zip all this stuff up. I've had this bag for a year and it's holding up real well. The bag's actually really lightweight, which is important. Then I just stick this and I put it in the holder here. Maybe somebody knows better how to put that in than I do, but that's how I do it. Then a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just do a rolling bag? Because I use one of these. And my husband just broke it when he came in the door, so I gotta buy another one. So I stick this in here. I want a bag that's not, I always put like a $20 bill in here too. Anyway, I usually stick that in there. And then the other thing I carry is, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I got this on Amazon. Sorry, it's dusty. It's got little pockets and stuff, so some people, this might be all they need to carry, you know, with a small bag, because you can put like cables here and stuff like that. But I don't carry it to ever, got a piece of dirt on it. I don't carry it to ever audit. If I know I'm gonna be there, you know, all day actually doing records and stuff, then I carry it. And I also like to know I have enough room there. And then it holds all your bags, but you could definitely put your keyboard in there, your mouse, charging cables, whatever it holds. And then I have a full 25-inch monitor in here. This one is called CURMIO, and your monitor base, and it's super handy. It fits in here easy. It has padding here, but when I bought this monitor, I waited for it to go on big time sale on Amazon, probably warehouse clearance. So I got that monitor, and it came with this little cardboard piece that was in front of the monitor face. So I just kept it, and I use that for added, because this goes in my trunk of my car and laid flat, so if it rolls around, it's not gonna hurt anything. I guess I need to fix that. So then it will just come over here. And that's it. I wheel that around. The reason why I do that bag is because that case is like that. I just load it into the back of my car, and then this lays in there. I carry a lunch kit. I don't carry a purse, so that's my cell phone is my purse. So I carry a double holster, and it holds my 16, the big one, and then my work iPhone, and you can actually put a credit card or something in there. I go through one of these about every year because they're not exactly hardy. AUBADDY, I don't know. I just look until I find one and it says it'll hold like a large phone. So anyway, my cell phone has a cover on it that it's one of those wallet covers where all the stuff's in it. So it will hold that and my work phone. And I just wear that on my belt. So that's my purse if you think about it. But anyway, I hope this helps. I'll put links on it. Like I said, don't feel like you need to click on my links to buy anything. But, you know, obviously go out there and do some bargain shopping. But anyway, I hope this helps. Because I went through a lot of money buying a lot of stuff until I figured out what worked for me. And this, I'm sorry, I should have said this earlier. That box, obviously, if I know the taxpayer has stairs, I just carry the backpack. So that's why I didn't get a rolling backpack, because those things are heavy. And I don't want to carry something that heavy. And so I have this, but then I'll leave the box and I'll just be able to carry my backpack if I have to go up and down some stairs. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you. Subscribe and like.